Kia ora and welcome to Tarmac. Today we're in the South Island, actually at Terrace Downs Resort, to check out the 6th generation Subaru Forester. It's smarter, safer, stronger than ever before, and actually more capable. Come, let's take a look at this. Alright, so first up, a history lesson. The Subaru Corporation, as we know it, was first introduced or founded back in 1953. A year later, 1954, they developed their first car, which was the 1500, and actually they only made 20 of those, but that set the scene. In 1966, great year for us English, the Subaru Corporation then started to introduce the Boxer engine, a revolutionary engine that just has stood the test of time ever since. In 1992, Subaru actually made their way to New Zealand and really set the scene as an adventurous brand here that really is a driver's car as well. And then in 1997, they actually introduced the symmetrical all-wheel drive as a standard across virtually all their cars, apart from the BRZ and things like that, but let's not worry about that. And in 1997, that same year, the Forester, actually Edition 1 or Generation 1, was launched. 30 years and 5 generations more, we actually get the 6th generation as we have here. So it is stronger, safer, smarter, and actually more secure and capable than it's ever been. So let's take a closer look. Now, as you can see, we've already put it through its paces, but as far as styling goes, it is much more sort of confident, so boxier, but certainly more capable looking, and yet still retaining a lot of its characteristics that has made it so popular. Around the front here, it's got a more substantial grille and also skinny headlights, which actually still give out plenty of light. Also, there's been a focus on aerodynamics, so as we start to look around, these little air vents down here that actually help the airflow down the side of the vehicle. It's also got plenty of protection, so everything from the front bumper over the sort of squarish wheel arches and even down by the sills. It comes with class-leading 220 millimeters of ground clearance, and as you look at the front and the rear, there's plenty of angles for approach, departure and breakover to make sure that you can take it on an adventure off-road. Now, when it comes to powertrains, you've got two options. So you've got a 2.5 litre Boxster engine, which is 137 kilowatts of power and 247 newton meters of torque, or there's an e-Boxer, which gives you the same 2.5 litre Boxster engine and also two motors. So you've got one that helps with the starter and one that goes towards that symmetrical all-wheel drive. What that gives you combined is 145 kilowatts of power and 276 newton meters of torque. When it comes to fuel efficiency, 6.2 litres per 100 kilometres, and as far as emissions go, 140 grams per kilometre. Round the rear, it's still very sort of straight up and down as it goes, but you'll notice as we get closer that there's now the Forester is engraved in there into the tailgate, so just gives it that extra sense of upmarketness. Still sleek rear lights and still plenty of protection down the bottom. Now, when it comes to range, what Subaru are doing are bringing in 6 models. So you've got 3 with the petrol variant and 3 as an e-Boxer, so a hybrid, a strong hybrid offering. So you've got the base-ish model, you've got a sport, and then you've also got the touring, so with actually has all the fruit. With adventure on its mind, the new Forester's cabin is both modern and spacious. There's even extra room between the 2 front seats, making interaction with the rear easier. The dashboard is dominated by an 11.6-inch high-def touchscreen, and there's also a 12.3-inch digital cluster. There's Harman Kardon sound system, there's Kiwi charging, and wireless and Apple Android connection. And then there's the way it drives. The NZ launch took us on a multi-surface route from downtown Christchurch to Heron Station, Terrace Downs, and then back to the airport. Essentially a 500 kilometre chance to get better acquainted with the new Forester. Aside from the fresh design, my first wow moment with the Forester is the spacious interior. It really adds to that sense of freedom. Over the 2-day event, we moved through most of the trim range and both the powertrains, with the best of both worlds being the Hybrid Touring. Heading out of Christchurch, the Hybrid's 30-odd% increase in power was really evident. But so too was the silence in the cab. Subaru have really concentrated on MVH. The switching between electric and ICE power delivery was seamless, and the improved steering gives sharper, more confident feedback, making the whole drive more enjoyable. On the matter of enjoyable, the energy flow screen was fun to watch, particularly for geeks like me, and the refined trim with leather and high glass roof and top-notch sound system really helped. Heading off-road, the 360-degree camera view really helps in tight spaces, and there's also a view of the terrain below, which was great for avoiding tyre slicing nasties. Historically, gravel and unsealed roads are a staple for the Subaru Forester, and if it's at all possible, with this new model, even more so. With 10% more rigidity, the more stoic chassis to which the seats are now bonded to offers less jarring, less head jiggling, and therefore more driving confidence. And for those that really want to put the Forester's off-road credentials to work, the approach and departure angles are still very, very good, and also ground clearance of 220 really adds to the off-road experience. So there you have it, the new Subaru Forester. As I say, more capable, certainly more safe, and actually smarter than me, which is not difficult. There's so much of this territory that we need to go and explore, and this is such a good vehicle to have in your sort of arsenal of all-wheel drive or symmetrical all-wheel drive sort of drives. Anyway, that's a lot of drives. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. See you.